Hi, I'm Psycho Darling, and I have a lot to say about the Shubble situation. And I'm not going to be talking about things that were discussed. I'm going to be talking about how this has been taken the wrong way. For me, a victim has every right to come forward about something that happened to them. They have every right to say what happened. Every right. I am not saying Shubble's in the wrong for coming out. I am saying that the Shubble supporter squad and other fans of Shubble have taken it too far. Wilbur's last post on Instagram is from 2023. And if you go, all of the comments are calling him a horrible person, saying he's just bad. And the post has nothing to do with this situation, so why are we talking about it in a post with nothing to do with it? That's not okay. That's not a thing we should be doing. That's not a thing we need to be doing. We need to stop spreading negativity. This situation does not involve you. Think about that. Think about the fact that maybe you are one of the people who sent Wilbur a death threat, or maybe you sent Shubble one. Either way, it's not about us. We really shouldn't be picking sides. That's what I believe. I believe cancel culture needs to stop. We need to stop constantly canceling somebody for anything they do wrong. That is something I believe so wholeheartedly. We just need to stop. It doesn't end well. I want to mention Quite. Almost a year ago, like to the day from when it happened, Quite got canceled for sexual assault. And then what did we find out? It never happened. Directly after, George Knott found sexual assault. What did we find out? I didn't watch the video, but I've heard someone say that they found out it didn't happen. I don't know what happened with the Dream situation, but this whole thing needs to stop. If you got sexually assaulted by somebody, take it to the police, not to Twitter. Twitter doesn't need to know. Twitter only cares because it's Twitter. It's X. It's burning. It's a it's a shit show in there. Take it to the police if it really happened. Give them evidence. Do it that way. Don't go to YouTube or Twitch and make a whole video about it because that's stupid. What are you hoping to get? Ruin Wilbur's life? Make it so he can't be on social media anymore without receiving death threats? Wilbur's his messaging on Twitter is turned off. Wonder why. I don't know if it was before. I just got on Twitter recently and I never went to Wilbur's page on it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was on before and then he turned it off. That would not surprise me at all. The whole situation is fucked up. It's messed up. It's stupid. Cancel culture needs to stop before we ruin the internet more than we already have. Another thing I have to mention is if someone says they support Wilbur Soot, okay, that's where it ends. You read it, you think, okay, do not comment them. Did they do anything wrong? No. Are they the one who sexually assaulted Shubble? No. So do not act like they did. They're allowed to do whatever they want. And furthermore, people using Wilbur's apology as him saying he did it isn't necessarily true. In the apology, he says he thought there was a consent and there was a miscommunication. That is not Wilbur saying he assaulted her. There's actually no evidence he did. We have Shubble's word and we have Wilbur's word. Why are we allowed to take Shubble's word, but you can't take Wilbur's word without being a bad guy? And again, all for supporting the victim. But on some level, you have to realize none of Wilbur's friends had a problem with him until Shubble came out about this. They were dating and nobody said anything. Shubble, you said that you could see the bruises, and did you see anyone in person when you had them? Is there anyone who can confirm this? I know that Wilbur has a tendency to bite because people have said it. But we also have to understand sometimes things are taken out of context or exaggerated in a way. And again, not saying Shubble did that. I'm saying there's a chance. There's a chance we're going to find out this didn't happen. And how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel when you find out that this never even happened? That it was exaggerated? I think as a community, as people, we just need to grow up. We need to stop. It's not about you. It was never about you. You have no right to say anything. Another thing, Shubble, I think people should be allowed to ask you questions. I understand if you don't want to answer, and that's completely okay. But you can't just block anyone who critiques you. That's not okay, actually. That makes it feel like you're hiding something. When I find out that you're just blocking people who don't support you, like, sure, you get to control who sees your content. You get to control who you're interacting with. You also can just ignore them. And for some people, that's hard. But when you're as big as you are, Shubble, you should be used to that. You should be used to being able to just ignoring people. When you just don't answer questions and then just block them and like you respond, but you don't answer the question. You don't even say that I'm not comfortable doing that, which I think in your video you did say that. Cool, that's fine. But the way you're taking care of people asking questions feels like you're hiding something. Feels like you're not being honest with us. And that's why it's so hard for me to believe you. I want to, I really do. It's so hard to, though, when feels like you're hiding something. Feels like you're not being 100% honest. And unless I know you are being 100% honest, I can't believe you. That's just the kind of person I am. And I was going to stay quiet about everything, but I can't do that now. I can't do that after seeing how Wilbur's being treated. I can't. I'm not picking a side. Not until I have more information. But the fact of the matter is, I've seen every video you've made, Shubble. I've seen almost any video around the situation. No matter whose point of view I'm watching, whether they support Wilbur or Shubble, I don't get a clear picture. I don't understand. And I'm not stupid. I can't understand it. I can't understand what you're mad about. I can't understand anything. Something about the whole situation feels wrong. Something feels off. Something feels wrong. And like, I don't want to say you're lying, because that's not what I believe. I just believe there's something we don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe we do know everything. Maybe we have all the information we could ever have. But that doesn't feel complete. Feels like something is missing. It feels like the puzzle feels like we lost a few pieces. And until we have those pieces, we don't have a full picture. And until you have the full picture, you can't decide if you like it or not. You can't decide if you like what the puzzle was. Not until you see what it's supposed to look like. We don't have a box. We don't get to see what it was supposed to look like. Shubble, Wilbur, we need your input. And I'm not going to push Wilbur to say anything, because I know if he does, he's going to get hate and he's going to be people not believing him. So Shubble, that leaves you. We need you to give us information. And if you don't, some of us will never get this full picture that we need. There's also people saying, I think it was you, Shubble, and you said that your friends they know more than us. And I believe that. I do believe you've told them more than you've told us, because we're just a bunch of nobodies. But did they know before you came out? Because they only ever said anything. They could have all just stopped being friends with Wilbur and that would have been fine. But they only did this after you made the video. That's what feels weird to me, at least. But yeah, let's stop spreading child porn of Wilbur. That's fucked up. That's illegal, actually. That's not okay. Shubble Support Squad, you need to stop. You're allowed to support her. 100%. You need to stop doing it the way you're doing it. Everybody else, let's stop spreading negativity. Let's stop just kind of being horrible people, because that's what you're being. We're just being bad people right now. This doesn't involve you. Unless it does. And if it doesn't involve you, color me surprised. Because if it involves you, I don't think you're watching this video. If it doesn't involve you, wow. Hi. Stop. Just stop. It's gross. We're being gross. You need to stop. You just need to. And cancel culture also needs to end. And before people say Wilbur's an abuser, it's not cancel culture. She didn't take it to court. It's cancel culture. Like, you bring something to Twitter about somebody else trying to ruin their career, it's cancel culture. We are canceling Wilbur Soot. Whether you want to think you are or not, you are canceling Wilbur Soot. You're canceling him. You're making it so what can he do now? Not post videos, not post content. He's not in the QSMP, which is Quackity's decision. Quackity's allowed to remove him for this situation. That's fine. Not saying he's not. But you've ruined Wilbur's career. You've ruined it. That's cancel culture. Cancel culture is ruining someone's reputation online because of a mistake they did or did not make. That is cancel culture. We need to stop canceling people. We need to stop. Because it's not doing any justice. We're just making the internet a worse place to be. And I don't think any of us want that. So let's stop. Let's grow the fuck up. Grow up. All of us. Everybody. Everyone needs to just grow up. It's not okay. And honestly, like I said, I'm not picking sides right now. I probably never will. People are allowed to support Wilbur. People are allowed to support Shelby. Do not hate on them. They did nothing wrong. People have opinions for a reason. People have different experiences. Like, that's another thing. We have experiences. We all have different ways we've lived our lives. And that's part of what makes you decide whether or not who you're going to support. Is those experiences you've lived in. Big part of it. And you don't know those people's experiences. For me, for one, I'm not allowed to tell my friends that I don't necessarily support someone because of the whole situation. And posting this video was the last thing I wanted to do. And even I knew Wilbur was getting hate, but it was when I noticed people who support Wilbur were getting hate. That's where I draw the line. Actually, I mean, I draw the line at death threats, and child porn, and actually hating on anyone in cancel culture. But that's where I draw the line to make a video. That's where I decide that my shitty camera quality needs to start recording and get posted on YouTube. We need to just stop, guys. We're not helping. We're making things worse. Let both of them live. Also, Shubble, please tell your fans to stop. Please. Because it's bad. Child porn's not okay. Death threats are not okay. And I understand you're getting them too, and that's also not okay. But you can't expect Wilbur to come out and say it right now. Because if he does, think of what'll happen. And if someone sends you a death threat, you have every right to block them. But I don't think you get to block people for critiquing you. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's weird. Like, you, at a certain point, you just get used to the hate. I'm not even big and I'm used to the hate. Very used to it. And again, this is all my opinion and everyone's allowed to have their own. But I really do just think we need to grow up. We need to stop. And Shubble support squad. I understand supporting Shubble, but you've really taken it too far. You've made it so people like me don't want to interact with Will or with Shubble or anything. Because if we do one wrong thing, I had a friend and they go, you're gonna get canceled for supporting Wilbur. You're gonna get canceled for saying the most minor critical thing of Shubble. Even if you didn't mean it as critique. If you say one thing wrong right now, you're canceled. And that's not how our society should work. It's not what should happen. And before you say I'm unqualified to talk about anything because I'm just some nobody, I'm a nobody with experiences. I'm a nobody who kind of knows how things like this should happen. Like, I understand wanting to tell people that you were sexually assaulted. I understand being scared to say it for a whole year. And then not being the one to say it sometimes. Sometimes someone else comes forward for you. But I also understand not telling the whole world. The whole world doesn't need to know. There's a lot of creators out there who probably have done that, who've sexually assaulted someone. And a lot of times people don't have a reason to, like, you have a reason to come out, yes. But why to Twitter? Take it to the police, please. Because when you bring it to Twitter or to YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, all you're doing is honestly clout chasing. And yeah, there are people with proof. And when you have proof, it's a little different. And in some situations like this, it's hard. It's impossible for you to have proof. I was sexually assaulted and I had no proof. My only proof was the witness in the room. Which, yeah, I guess that is something. But we just had our own word. That's all we had. And I also know how it feels to be believed on one side and have people who would kill that person for you. And I also know what it feels to have people tell you you're wrong and that it didn't happen and then make up lies about you. Both of those situations. But I'm not going to say who did it. That's not the kind of, no. Don't need that kind of a Twitter drama. We don't. It feels like clout chasing when you don't take it to the police. When you don't try to do anything legal about it. And I think you had mentioned not wanting to do that, but why? Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to get actual justice? Actually stop it from happening again. Because you just told people, and you know what? There's going to be people who do not know who Wilbur Soot is. They don't know. They don't know about the situation. And so what happens if he dates someone else and this whole thing happens again? It's not your job to stop it from happening, but it is your job when something like that happens to take it to the police. And I get being scared to go to the police. But also, I don't get it. I don't get when you've already come out to Twitter and the whole world already knows why you wouldn't just go to the police. Is that too much drama for you? But going to Twitter isn't? I hate it. I hate that we just go to Twitter for these things. Go to the police. Go to the police. Please. And Quackity, you did nothing wrong, and I'm so sorry for Shubble, Quackity, Wilbur, anyone involved. I'm so sorry if you're receiving hate. That's not okay. All of you. Nope, that's not okay. Doesn't care what happened. Doesn't care who you are. I don't believe anyone should be receiving hate. You look up Wilbur Soot on YouTube, and I have it opened right now, actually. Let me go through the, results. Number 1 is how Wilbur Soot lost his entire audience in 1 month.
Wilbur Soot spent years building an incredibly successful...
Then is his account. That shows up before Wilbur's own channel shows up. And then we get Shelly Shubble is gross. Dream starts crying on Twitter Space. And that's addressing a very serious allegation, which is George. This isn't...
Hey, guys.
Which I'll watch later. He's awful. I really don't like Dream. Backstabber, hypocrite, crybaby. Which, I have an issue too on my own. You're mad at him for crying? You're mad at a male for crying. That's not okay. We need to allow men to cry. I don't know the context of why he cried. But I don't care. Dream's allowed to cry. Everyone is allowed to cry. If you don't think he is, fuck you. Oh. Wilbur Shubble update. I just re-looked it up and I got more. It reset, but it still starts with how Wilbur lost his audience. Wilbur really don't like Dream. Wilbur Soot Shubble update. Don't know what the update is, but it's an update. How her lies almost ruined George Not Found's career. Again, cancel culture and lying about sexual assault almost ruined George's career. It ruined Quite's career. It ruined Dream's career. It's ruining Wilbur's career. It ruined so many people. I think if 8 times out of 10 you find out it didn't even happen. There's the George one. Wilbur's allegations got way worse.
Alright, hello guys, welcome back.
Now one says pedo in the thing. Minx's experiences with Wilbur, and in subtitle, like in quotations, he manipulated the situation, which I believe Minx. Maybe that happened. I'm not gonna watch the video. And again, Wilbur's friends are allowed to not be his friend. But let's go through some more. Minecraft YouTubers are creeps. We got Wilbur with abuser. We got, Wilbur with abuser. George with creeper. It looks like George. And Dream with groomer. We got Wilbur's channel. The disturbing Wilbur Soot allegations. Twitter reacts to the new Tubbo allegations. Oh, yeah, now there's Tubbo allegations, too. How George and I found escaped the allegations. Now we're just getting into Amesy. Oh, and there's also a Quackity situation. Let's go through again and see if we can find anything else. How Wilbur Soot ruined his life forever. Forever.
Now,
How one tweet ruined Wilbur Soot's career. The collapse of Wilbur Soot persona. Oh, there's a puns thing? Val has thoughts on puns, Wilbur Soot, GNF, and fake Tubbo. Yeah, what the hell? Overview of George Not Found allegations. For context here, let's look at what I searched. I searched Wilbur Soot. Wilbur Soot. Didn't look up his allegations. Didn't look up Wilbur Soot drama. But I'm not getting Wilbur videos. Nope. No, I'm not. I'm getting drama about Will, George, people hating on Dream for crying. Tubbo has hate. Puns is having something going on. Do you see the issue? We're doing it so much that when it really happens, you can't tell. We can't tell what's actually happened, what hasn't happened. And, oh, here's a really fucked up comment I saw. It said, Technoblade died thinking Wilbur was a good person. Let's not bring techno into this, guys. Let's not. That's the end of today's video. This was something I really did not want to have to talk about, but I did. So, bye. Thanks for watching. And if you agree with me or don't, I don't care. This is more of an event for me to get out because it's stupid and cancel culture sucks. Anyway, bye. Have a great day.